Good evening, brothers, sisters, dear friends. I am outside of Melbourne now. I'm on the highway, and hence you're going to hear lots of trucks driving by. But I'll pause every time one comes by just so you can hear me clearly. Firstly, I didn't plan on coming out live tonight at all, but because of all the media requests and all the messages that I'm getting from everyone that has been concerned by today's Sunrise appearance, my interview on Sunrise, I thought that I might add a few comments with regards to the issue. I do understand that what I was subjected to today was very unexpected. I never expected such a situation to erupt, and I'm very proud of myself for sticking up for Australia, and I also trust that I will continue to do such a thing for Australia. I mean, it's very hard. It is very hard for me to allow such a thing to occur, you know. We have a problem, and it's either we have a problem or we don't. It really hurts, you know, it really hurts, and which is why it really hurts. You have a Muslim leader that doesn't want to admit to the problem that we have a radical Muslim community. What do you say to that? Honestly, what do you say to that? You have someone who, sorry, the trucks again. You have someone who, what do you say to such a person? Honestly, I'm Muslim. You want to practice taqiyya with me? Honestly? You think I don't know what taqiyya is? You want to come out on television and practice taqiyya on me? Honestly? How do you come up with such stuff and say you're living in peace? I mean, there's a terrorist attack every single day in the Middle East where you're from. Your country is not stable. Iraq is not stable. Iran is not stable. No country is stable. And now they're moving on to the West. So how on earth do you say that you're living in peace? I mean, I get spat on when I walk down Sydney, and you get death threats, and you're living in peace. It hurts. You know, I'm sad. I'm not angry. You know, sometimes I get very passionate. You know, someone can insult me, and I can ignore. But when someone wants to just turn a blind eye to what is threatening Australia, you know, I can't stay silent. I just don't have it in me to stay silent. I can't. I won't be able to sleep at night. And that's what I want you to understand, that I'm that type of a person. You know, I don't hate people. I love everyone. Even the people that come out there and threaten me and do everything they want to do to me. At the end of the day, I pray for them. I really want them to be blessed, and that they are guided, and that they see the goodness in Australia and love their country. I'm not the type of a person that would hate anyone. I don't hate. And maybe that's the problem. I don't have it in me to hate. And these people, they're used to being hated all the time. I can't hate them, and they take an advantage of that. What do you say to such a person that just comes on first thing in the morning? First thing in the morning, you come out and you say such words as though we're living in peace and there's no problem, you know. All the people that were killed, you know, all the terrorists are lone wolves, you know. Why? Why lie to the people? Why? What kind of a religion is this? You know, ask yourself, what kind of a religion is this that is full of lone wolves, you know? These are not lone wolves. We have an ideology that we need to own. We have a problem we need to own. We can't come out and say, put the blame on other people. You know, you can't come out and say, put the blame on the government. No, this is our problem. We need to deal with it. And just be men. That's all I'm asking. Be men. It took 1 year for me to come out and criticize the silence of the Grand Mufti, to be able to now see that he's condemning what happened in Manchester. Well, thank you very much. But it took us 1 year. I mean, what is it going to take for all the leaders to speak up? You have 250 imams, none of them talk. And the one that speaks on Facebook. You know, come out. Come out. You need to speak. If you're a leader, come out and speak. Speak to the people. These Australians want to hear you. They want to be able to relate to you. You know, cut this interpreter game. Come out and speak. Show the people that you have tears for what is going on around the world because of your religion and my religion. Be honest. You need to be honest. If we can't be honest, then don't assume such a position. Get off. Give someone else a chance. Give a female. I want a female mufti in this country. I'm not joking. I really want a female mufti. And I did not plan on coming out live tonight at all. As I said, I'm traveling interstate with the brothers. We're just parked here for a few minutes, filling up petrol and so on. But I really need to get this off my chest. I did not come on Sunrise today to attack anyone at all. I came out because I really wanted to just condemn what happened. And I said what I had to say. I said that we have a religion that is infested by radicals, by extremists. That's all I said. And, in return, speaking to a doctor, someone who is a Muslim leader and a prominent figure, you would expect a better response. You would expect some sort of sympathy. That you're speaking to an imam who's actually burning for Australia. And, you would expect someone to turn around and say, well, you know what, Imam? I'm really sorry for the death threats you get. I'm really sorry for the problems my religion has caused in this country. I'm really sorry. And we should work together. If you're a man of peace, we should work together on achieving peace. But to turn around and put Curtis Chang's blood down the drain, put all the Australian all the Australian victims of terrorism, all their blood goes down the drain, and turn around and say, we live in peace. Why would you lie? Why lie? It's not good to lie. You've been getting away with lying to the people. All of these Muslim leaders, perhaps you guys have been getting away with lying all these years. You can get away with taqiyya all these years, but you're talking to a Muslim scholar. How can you practice taqiyya on me? I'm going to catch you red-handed. I'm going to expose you. I'm not going to let anyone come out and just put the finger at the government. It's your fault. These are lone wolves. You should have better counter-terrorism programs. No. We have a big problem in our religion. Biggest truck ever. We have a big problem in our religion. We have a serious problem. We infested with radicals. Infested with radicals. The police force know this very well. Police force know this very well. Which country on earth has the amount of people under watch like we do? In one state, 300 people under watch. Like, what is going on? 300 people in one state. All of them could possibly undertake an attack at any time. Potential terrorists. In one state. Come on, these people live half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours away from you and your children. And you're telling me there is no problem? Of course my heart's going to burn. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I really don't know. I don't know what to do. I will not be silenced by anyone, that's to begin with. And I will not allow anyone to intimidate me. And I will state my statement because I have facts. And these are realities that we're living. We have a big problem. How do I make these Muslim leaders understand? I really don't know. If you're a Muslim leader and you don't know that you have radical imams everywhere, preaching people. We have backyard mosques. Backyard mosques. The mosques on the street, they're registered. We can have ASIO and the federal police monitor them. But you have backyard mosques. What are you going to do about a backyard mosque? What exactly are we going to do? It's a backyard mosque. How do you know which house has a mosque? What's happening? The councils are, they've lost control. The mayors have lost control. Everyone's lost control. I'm lost for words. Sometimes you turn around and you feel like you're living in the Middle East, in the war-torn country. The same mentality of the people here. You would expect better from people who have lived here for 10, 20 years. Have some sense of honor and dignity when it comes to the safety of this country and national security. Have some sense of honor when you're dealing with innocent women and children. If we have a problem, address the problem and let's work together on solving it. And that's all I'm asking for. And I'm just really heartbroken. That's all that I'm going through right now. I'm really, really heartbroken. Shame. It's a big shame. Big shame, man. After all these years, you guys come to Australia. We come to Australia. we become honorable human beings, we get treated as human beings, we walk with our heads high, you have food on your table, healthy children, good education, safety, everything. You turn around and you deny the existence of any radical just to save a bit of dignity for yourself and just to keep the center that invited you, just to keep them happy. Is that your honesty? You just want to keep your boss happy? Is that it? It's a shame. It is a shame. This is the problem that we're living in. I really don't know where we're gonna go. I don't know where we're gonna go. I mean, look at the government. I mean, the government is very smart. Our leaders are patriots. But like I said on television, you can have good relations with the Muslim community. Doesn't mean you have control over them. You don't have control over them. In the current time, I'm not going to lie to you. The government has no control over the Muslim community at all. Yes, the police, they have control because they're police. But that's not a virtue. If the government turns around and says the police have control, that's not a virtue for the government. We need to have Muslims that are afraid of the government. That's the only way that we can control it. The police have never let us down. ASIO has never let us down. God bless them. And honestly, the nation's hope is in the police. It's not anywhere else. We hope in the police. And God bless them for everything they're doing. And we need to assist them. And we're not going to assist them when we deny stuff. When you deny, you should be the first one reporting, Dr. Rifi. You should be the first one giving them a heads up. Turn around and you say you live in peace. I mean, come on. One day you say you have death threats and the next day you're living in peace. It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. ISIS flags and Al-Qaeda flags being sold in Australia, stickers, Muslim supermarkets with the Al-Qaeda symbol all over the place, big font, same calligraphy, same everything. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And the only time it will stop is when Muslim leaders get together and say, listen, we need to do something about this, and they actually take action. You don't turn around and just make comments that are empty. You need to do something. And I can't do it alone. I cannot possibly do it alone. We need to unite against these people. I don't know. I really don't know. The government hasn't reached out to me. Nobody's reached out to me. No one's reached out to any of these reformers, Muslim reformers. We have to be the ones chasing. Sorry again, there's trucks. Too many thoughts go through my mind every single night when I put my head on the pillow and I want to sleep, and there's just too many thoughts going through my mind about where this country is going, what could be the next step of ISIS, of radical Muslims. I have to think about this every single day and come out to warn you, and then you get the lefties in this country trying to silence me. Trying to silence me. Imam Tawhidi, fake. Imam Tawhidi, sectarian. Imam Tawhidi, this and that. Divisive. Causing problems. Plain crazy. All these questions. And I really apologize. There was no other place with light. Otherwise I would have stood any other place. It's plain dark. I'm on the highway, People here were very kind to let me stand and they recognized me. The left want to silence me. Why would you want to silence me for protecting your children? I'm protecting the future of your children and you're trying to silence me. I'm protecting the blood of your family, from being shed, and you're trying to silence me. I don't know. Islam is a beautiful religion and there's no problem at all. And, get to know the terrorist. Get to know the terrorist, Learn about their culture. Learn about the culture of the terrorist, Don't judge them. Don't judge them. Get to know them. Love them. Go have a coffee with them. Yeah. Understand where they're coming from. You got to understand why they want to kill you. That's left mentality. That's the mentality of the left. Get to know them. The person's trying to blow you up and you want to shake his hand. And it's a shame because you're 100% Aussie, red blood Aussie to the bone. And I came here to Australia on a family sponsorship visa. And I'm here standing up for this country more than you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Calling yourself an Australian by origin, you should be ashamed of yourself. That someone like me comes out and is defending your country more than you. Although I do believe this is equally my country, and I would defend it any day from any threat. But this is just something that's in my heart, you know. You're supposed to be the Australian whose grandparents fought for this land. And you come and you attack someone who's defending your country. You know, shame on you. And it's just, it's ridiculous, you know. Sometimes I get passionate. I get really passionate sometimes. And I just want to defend. I can't stay silent. You know, if I had stayed silent on sunrise, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, honestly. I can't. I would never be able to forgive myself. That's why I made those comments. I had to put the man in his place, respectfully. Respectfully, he has his own opinion. But I had to make him understand that in Australia, we know when you're lying. We know when you're lying. 2 days ago, Somali woman, 22-year-old, you know, you should be out on the beach, 22-year-old. You should be out in a cinema, 22-year-old. You go and you have ties with ISIS? Honestly? Is this what it's come down to? And 2 days later, not even 48 hours later, Dr. Jamal comes out and says, oh, we're living in peace, no problem, you know. What are you talking about? What terrorist? On and on and on and on. Denial. Absolute denial. Well, I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny it at all. You know, I was raised in this country. This country has become my home, my family. It's become my religion. It's become everything for me. I'm not going to deny it. I do not care what happens to me. You will never be able to silence me. I am never, ever going to stay silent. There's filth in this religion that needs to be exposed and banned and made illegal. And in the coming days, on my live show, on my live stream, on Facebook, I will show you evidence and facts for everything I have been stating so far. Everything that I've claimed. You know, who think it's playing crazy, well, you should really think it's playing crazy. Everything I've been warning from, if it's playing crazy, you should really believe it is playing crazy, because it is true. It's within our books. The chopping of heads, the killing of women, it's all in our books. I'm not here to take your votes or take your funding, you know. I'm here because I want to fix my religion. And you're not letting me do that. That's the problem. And coming from a background where my family had been executed and my family had been tortured and so on, you're not going to silence me. I was never afraid of Saddam Hussein or his people. I was never afraid of ISIS. I was never afraid of anyone. I'm not going to be afraid of you. You're not going to silence me at all. At all. Especially when the matter comes to defending Australia and defending this country. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, if you had an idea that I would be intimidated by your programs, it doesn't work like that at all. In any case, I have to get back on the road, and I will continue to keep in touch with you. All I wanted to tell you guys was that I didn't intend on coming out on sunrise and, you know, causing such an interesting scene, shall I say. But I had to stand up for Australia. You know, who's going to do it? No one's going to do it. Because if the presenters do it, they get called racist. They get called bigots. They become labeled by the left as white supremacists. But if I do it, they can't do that to me. What are you going to call me? What are you going to call someone with a beard and a turban? What are you going to call them? White racist? What are you going to call them? You can't. The only thing they can call me is basically sectarian. You know, and I really like that word, sectarian. I'll let the trucks pass. You know, for someone to call me sectarian, causing division within the community, for someone to think that in Australia really says that they think Australia is a Muslim country. The only time someone would complain from another ideology, another way of thinking, another line of thinking, another opinion, is when they truly believe Australia is a Muslim country and any other Muslim opinion is a threat to them. So the left probably do really think that Australia is a Muslim government. It's a Muslim country. And therefore, no other opinion should exist but theirs. And any other opinion is sectarian. Well, good morning to you. Islam has 73 denominations. You know, another opinion coming from Tawhidi will not hurt anyone. Don't try to silence me. It's not going to work. Australia is waking up. And Australia is waking up real fast, I tell you. Real fast. And thank God, we in Australia, we have a well-educated majority in this country. You're not going to be able to come out and brainwash these people because you have an opinion that goes against the national security of this country, goes against the defense of this country, and shows no value for the blood that has been shed to protect this country at all. It's not going to happen. In any case, Australia, I thank you very much for your support. I trust in you, and all I need is your prayers. That's all I ask from you. Pray for me. That's all I want. Pray for me whenever you see me out there defending Australia, you know, exposing the extremists. That's all I ask from you. Pray for me. And for as long as you see me defending the country and defending our way of life as Australians, support me. And the moment you see me go against Australia and go against the Australian way of life, I ask you to oppose me and go against me. That's exactly what should happen with every Muslim public figure in this country. Now, I apologize once again, I'm not in my formal attire as an imam. I'm driving, and we switch every now and then interstate. We drive, me and the brothers. And it's more comfortable dressing like this. But trucks again. I wish you all a lovely night, and I will see you Saturday at 3 p.m. Saturday 3 p.m. is going to be a very important live stream for me on Facebook. I'm going to expose them completely. I'm going to open the books and I'm going to show you exactly what I've been warning Australia from. In any case, have a lovely night, and may God bless you all. Imam Tawhidi with you, and until Saturday, God bless.